and pull this closer to me, or
Yeah, you want it about that far away. Like,
I hear Joe Rogan saying it, about a fistful
about a
away.
fist away, mate. That's where I've got it from.
Yeah, you did that. I was like, this fella's seen Joe.
All right, thanks for tuning into the Puzzle Factory. Today I'm joined by Les from Standup Recruitment. Thank you very much for coming in, mate.
All good, bro.
How are you?
I'm bloody awesome.
Excellent.
Bloody awesome.
It's nearly the weekend as well, mate.
I know. You said that
Yeah.
when I first got here. So.
Yeah, the sun is shining. Now, cool, man. So obviously you run a recruitment company at the minute.
Yep.
But I'm sure there's a hell of a lot that's come before that. So give us a bit of insight, all right? What's the backstory?
Yeah, look, the backstory is I grew up in a place called Onarahi in Whangarei, 2 hours north of Auckland. Grew up with a single mother who, look, we never had that much, but we always had enough.
Yeah.
She done her best. I had a good upbringing, you know what I mean? I got the friends that I have today are still those same boys I grew up with on the same streets. It's like 20 of us all grew up in the same neighborhood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's really good. I mean, I had a father who was he was in South Auckland.
Mm-hmm.
He was a gang member.
Yep.
So I've seen everything that comes with that.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
it was a complete contrast, you know, when I would be up with my mum in Whangarei and I'd come down to Mangere where my old man was born and raised.
Yeah.
And it was a complete contrast, you know what I mean? So
I can imagine, yeah.
yeah, so I saw everything that comes with that, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, that kind of shaped me, I suppose. It helped shape my background and everything. So
Yeah, that would have given you some pretty decent perspective on like which direction do I want to go in, right?
100%. And I made the mistake at a young age of going down the wrong path. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Made a lot of mistakes, got caught up in the wrong things and that. But I learned from that, and I'm not regretful of any of the past that I've had because it's led up to where I am now, and I'm in a bloody awesome spot now.
Part of the story, right? Makes you.
100%. So yeah.
No, good stuff. So obviously, growing up and everything, and then what was your first job? What did you sort of jump into?
Dishwasher.
At a restaurant?
Yes,
Yeah,
at a restaurant.
bloody awesome, mate.
The old lady had enough for me, and she reckons you're either moving down with your dad or you can find your own place to live. So I was like, oh, I'm not going down to my old man's. So I'm like, I had a friend in Australia, and he's like, come over here.
Oh, so you were straight over
But
there.
I went to Australia when I was 16.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to
Okay,
Australia when I
early
was
on.
16, and my mate was like, got you a job as a dishwasher. So I was washing dishes at 16.
You'd been making the big bucks, eh?
It actually was. At 16, I was like, fuck me. You know what I mean? I got like $300 at the end of the week to do what I want. Buy me some CDs. It was CDs back then. Or buy me some shoes, and I was away. So that was my first job, dishwasher.
Mate.
My background is I'm industrial spray painter.
Yeah.
And a drain layer. I was drain layer for a bit too. I done drain lane in Australia, done industrial spray painting all through the mines. I ended up getting into the oil and gas industry in Western Australia throughout the Pilbara. And,
So you sort of learnt your trade in Aussie. Yeah.
I kind of did.
Yeah.
I had done some like house painting and stuff. I'm telling you the truth, bullshitted my way into the mines. You know what I mean?
Until you make it.
I
mate.
had to because I couldn't get a start up there.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I can do that, no sweat. And I'm a quick learner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
show me. So I bullshitted my way through there. And when I got in there, I ended up doing really well. And
mate.
became an industrial spray painter by fluke, I suppose.
Yeah. And good money in the mines back then?
It really was.
Yeah.
It really
Set
was.
your pay.
It really was. But there is pitfalls that come with it. I was doing a 4-in-1 swing, which is 4 weeks on, 1 week off.
Yeah.
So I had 2 young children at the time.
Ooh, yeah.
And there's pitfalls. Like, it was all good, the money and all of that, but you've really got to have a plan. You know, I believe you've got to go in with some goals set,
Yeah.
a certain amount of money, or do you want to get a deposit for the house? And I kind of say, like, go for that goal, achieve it, and then like you want to look at getting out. If you've got a young family, if you're a single man, go for it, you know. But it's very hard to sustain that lifestyle when you've got a young family.
Yeah, take a lot of discipline, right? Because I think the cliche is you work for 3 weeks and then you blow it in that week off, right?
Yeah, well, I had a family, so I didn't really do that, But there is more family-friendly swings you can get on, though.
Yeah,
you can get a 2 and 2, and that's really good. You're home half the year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but my swing that I done, and I done it for a long time, 4 and 1.
Yeah.
It was really tricky.
Yeah,
it was
I bet
really
it was.
tricky. But
I would have messed the hell out of them while you're on I.
I did. And then you're just like wishing your life away 1 month at a time because you're like, can't wait to get home, So you're just hoping that month flies by so you can get home, and it just clicks over. It does. It goes really fast.
And I bet the Sunday scaries when you're going back to work for a month would be pretty intense.
You think you get the Monday blues on a normal job, wait until it's like the first Monday of a 4-week swing. It's like, oh, yeah.
No, that sounds bloody rough.
Yeah, it was. But I met some really cool people, worked on some projects you'd just never get to see. These are like multi-billion-dollar oil and gas construction, just unreal. So I met some lifelong friends up there because you grow really close to the guys that you're with. You're with them for a month.
You're like being in the military, eh?
Kind of is. You're away from your family and they become your really good friends. So I met some really good people up there who I'm still close with today. So
yeah, mean.
Negatives, plus and minuses,
Same as everything, right? Good 100%. And bad. Yeah.
100%.
So where did you go from there? Was that finished up there and then back to New Zealand?
So yeah, look, and I suppose this is the pitfall, and I can tell you, like that 4 weeks in 1 week, it led to a division in my partnership with the mother of my children, and that's, I mean, I've heard the stories so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we separated, and then we decided to move home with our children to be closer to our family, you know what I mean? So
support network.
100%. So we moved home. And I would continue doing painting. I started up just as a sole trader and started getting clients. And I suppose this leads into how I got into recruitment.
Yeah.
I started getting a few clients, and I remember one client saying to me, "Oh, look, I've got a lot of work coming up and you're going to need some help. You need to get some, more painters." I said, "Oh, yeah, cool." And he was like, I said, "Well, what happens then?" Because I didn't know shit, He's like, "Oh, you just get these guys and put them through your books and charge out rate." I said, "What's a charge out rate?"
Clip the ticket, brother.
Didn't even know about clipping the ticket. You know what I mean? I had no idea. So once he explained it to me, I'm like, really?
Boom.
You know what I mean? Light bulb. I'm like, oh, I could do that. So then I get these 4 painters on with me, and I'm doing the maths on it. I'm like, oh, there's something here. Yeah, and I didn't even really know. Yeah, it's called recruitment, Les. But I didn't even know.
People have actually done this before.
This isn't, you haven't made this shit up. Like, I was like, oh,
I'm a
really?
Genius.
Yeah. So then, how it started, Stand-Up Recruitment, I'm painting. I'm in the booth painting, and I'm doing cold calls, trying to get clients. I'm ringing candidates. I am going to meetings, like, so I'll finish painting. I'm taking my painting clothes off. I'm in the mirror in the bathroom, wiping paint off my face, and I'm putting on my number ones and going to meet clients. And I'm trying to do all this, and that's how I started it. Literally by doing cold calls in one hand, because I remember I'd done it multiple times while painting. Like, hey, So that's how I started it, and it grew. And then I had I cold called this guy, and it was for a big civil company.
Yeah.
And I just knew in my bones that this was a turning factor. Like, if I can get this client, and he said, right, we're going to come in and have a meeting with the ops manager and the owner. And I just knew it. I don't know why, but I just knew, like, this is
got the tinglies.
This got the tinglies, and this is all on the line here. And I went into that, and it was this, flash office and stuff. And
shitting yourself.
Yeah, and it was this big boardroom, this long table and stuff. And I didn't talk about what I could do. I talked about my story and my children, how they're my inspiration, and how I will not fail in this company. And I spoke more about that, because that's really it. I'm doing this, for my children's future. to change the trajectory of my bloodline. I know that's some deep shit, but that's what I'm doing with this company. I'm helping people along the way, which is so cool. But to change the trajectory of my bloodline, because that's, you know, where it was going was boom. And when I was doing my shit when in the 20s and stuff, you know, it was I was just wasting my life. So so I knew that this was massive, and I gave it to them, and I think I shed tears in there, and even they were like blown away. And then I remember him vividly saying to his assistant, "Go get the owner and call him in," you know, because I knew got him, and then he brought the owner, and he was like, "Listen to it," and I was like, "Shit, do I got to do that all again?" Because I just gave him my best stuff, you know what I mean?
That for 6 months,
and he said, and I'd done it again, and I'd probably done it better, and then they were like, "We're going to give you a shot," and they put me on a project. That was a big project, you know, and that project kickstarted Stand-Up Recruitment.
I love a story like that because, you know, it is the shit that you see in the movies, you know, while you're on the tools, trying to start up this business, betting everything on yourself.
Yeah.
And it's come good because it shows you that people actually do it.
100%.
And as you say, you're changing the trajectory that you're on for a better future, you know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
It gives me goosebumps,
cool,
mate.
bro, because it's when I look back and stuff, it is crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy, and like the shit that I was doing, like to get to clients, I was climbing up fire escapes and stuff because they wouldn't let me in the front. This is on my children. Like, so I'd go through and say, "Hey, can I see, you know, the hiring manager?" They'll say, "Oh, no, we're not hiring." And I would see like there's another entrance. So I remember vividly climbing up these fire entries and going in and then coming around the back. And I was like, because I knew the hiring manager's name, I'd be walking through these desks because I'd gotten in the back way, and then they would say like, "Who are you after?" I'm saying, "Oh, I'm after Alex," you know what I mean? And then they'll be like, "Oh, his office is down that way." Walk in, "Hey, Alex, look, you don't know me, but look, if you give me one shot, I will not let you down." He's like, "How the hell did you get in here?"
And then he's breaking and entering, brother. You're bloody committed.
I know. Well, shit, you got to do what you got to do, right? And they would end up being like, "Oh, we love your commitment and your drive. Let's give you a go." And that's all I really needed was a shot.
Yeah.
You know, just that shot.
It's funny, man. You don't come across people like this very often, but every time I meet somebody who's like had that period of hunger where they'll do anything to make it happen, it always borders on like harassment. Like how many restraining, you know, like chasing builders down the street or like tapping on windows and
it is. Well, here's the thing. When I got that job for the civil company, I needed all these people. I didn't even know how to really recruit, bro. I did it. You know what I mean? I'm just making this shit up as I go. Usually if people start a recruitment company, they've been in recruitment for 10 years. I had never, ever recruited.
Yeah.
So how I found all the workers is exactly that. I'm stopping on the side of the road in my car, pulling over, putting on a high... Want a job, bro? They're like, "What? Where you from?" I'm like, you know, and that's how I found all the workers, and that's how I done it, and that's how I started it.
So how did you figure out like what you should be charging them out at? You know, what you should be paying them, financial literacy, all that sort of stuff. Just made the mistakes and figured it.
Yes, and I was lucky that like that one company I would say like, "Oh well, I'm street smart."
Yeah.
I'm very street smart, and I can read people, and I've got emotional intelligence. So I would ask them, "Oh, what's the other recruitment company charging you?" And they would give me the information. Perfect, got it. Oh, well, I'll go a couple of dollars under that just because I'm starting.
69, I'll do 68.50.
That's what I'm saying. So that's how I kind of got, but I didn't know, like, I didn't even know how to send an invoice. And I'm invoicing on a 1B5 and writing all this shit down. I've still got the books because I want to keep those 1B5s for when this thing's like massive. I'm going to look back on that and think.
That's where we started, frame them on the wall.
We've come a long way. Yeah. So how I figured all of that shit out is trial and error, hustling, asking people for information, you know, and just figuring it out. I didn't have any help, though. I just figured it all out for myself, made the mistakes, rectified it really quickly. Yeah. If I made a mistake, like, get on, fix it, and then get on with it.
Yeah. Did you have anybody who mentored you or helped you out or anything?
No, I didn't. But I have now.
Yeah.
I have now. I've got a really good business coach that helps me, because if you want to get from point A to point B, okay, if I wanted to build a fence and I don't know nothing about fence building, I'm going to find the people that have built the best fences in Auckland.
Yeah.
I'm getting all of their knowledge and then I'm going to apply that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
100%.
So I'm not a recruiter now. I run a recruitment business and I run a business and I need to know systems and structures and all of that.
There's
So
a lot going on, right?
100%. So I go and I find this guy and he's really good. And I tell him, well, he tells me, look, this is how you get from point A to point B fast.
Yeah.
Because I want to get there fast. I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't. I feel like I got like a big weight around my shoulders, and it's like a noose, an impending doom. And I've heard that from entrepreneurs, like it's just go, go, go. And I
got to
want
do it.
100%. So I want to get there as quick as I can. So if I can get the knowledge off that guy now, I'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of the guys who are successful quite fast and from nothing, bringing that business coach in early is pretty pivotal.
Yeah.
And I think in the most basic sense, you might pay a business coach 20 grand a year or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that 20 grand essentially stops you having to make the mistakes and then pay for them. And this dude's telling you, which ups the reputation of your business from scratch, right?
Right on. It saves you from making those mistakes. I've
Yeah.
already, so if it's 20 grand a year, you make it back within, your ROI is instant almost. Because you're like, oh, that's what you don't do. Fuck, I've been doing that the whole way through. And then it's like, it's light bulb after light bulb. So I would so recommend somebody getting a good business coach. Obviously, there's shit doctors out there. You know what I mean? Not everyone's good at their job. So
That's why they call it a practice, mate.
That's it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, don't just get any opposite. Like, make sure you do your research, but it can super speed you in getting to where you want to be. You know what I mean? So,
I'm a big believer in bringing specialists in to help with the bits that you don't know. Even within your company, you know, maybe getting a general manager on, operational manager, and then you do what you're good at.
Yeah.
Which sounds like it's out there selling the dream.
Sales is where I
I can see that. I'm ready. I've already got my wallet out.
What's your credit card, bro? Let's go. No, but I never knew. So when I'm doing all these cold calls and that, I didn't know I was selling. Like, you know, just kind of like I didn't know I was recruiting. But I've always had, I suppose I didn't know. I probably used it for bad in my past life. You know what I mean? I applied those same skills the wrong way, you know. But now I know I can. How do I say it? I suppose I'm good at like human psychology and like persuading people. You know what I mean? And it's not in a bad way. Like I have a solution that can help these people, and they just don't know that they've got the problem.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's my job to show them, oh no, you have got this problem, and this is how I can help, and this is going to super speed your growth too.
So you're a piece of that puzzle for their businesses as well.
That's it, and it's
that's right. I mean, you know, obviously there's heaps of good salespeople in the world. Yeah. But it's what you use that skill for, because it can be used for manipulation, I feel. If you go on the dark side, you know.
It 100% can, you know. So that's not what I'm into or what I'm trying to do. But there's heaps of salespeople because I've seen them, but then I look at them and I think, you're shit sales.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've
greasy salesman.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, it's just, you know, it's more of building the relationships and just solving people's problems.
That's what any business is, right? It's fixing a problem for somebody.
100%.
You know? So where are you at with stand-up now? So I think you said you've been going for 3 years?
Two and a half years.
2.5 years?
Not long at all.
No. So where's it gone? Obviously, you started on the phone while you're on the tools. Where are we up to now with that?
Where are we up to now? Well, we're about to move into a new office. Could probably fit up to 12 people. I've got a team of 5 or 6 people.
Nice.
It's growing. It's growing rapidly. And that's a challenge in itself, as you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
costs money.
The cash flows problem, you know, you got invoices owing, but the cash could not be there. So all of those headaches that come with growing, but we're at a really exciting phase. And like, I want to build, like, this is going to sound like shit, but like, I want to build, like, I know, I'm going to say it anyway.
Yeah.
I want to build like a team, like it's almost like an all black environment.
Yeah.
Like, I want to build a team
elite
of
athletes in recruitment.
100%. Like, I've got really high values and standards, and it might not be for everyone, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But they'll find their spot in some other company. But my company, we're going to be like a team of killers, assassins. Like, I want recruiters
100%.
to come on that actually want to be the best at recruiting.
Yeah.
I want salespeople that come on that want to be the best at sales.
Yeah.
You know, no stop. Like, if you're like, oh, I'm just coming in, job, or this ain't the place for you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want to help people become the best versions of themselves. And I know we're going like in, you know, it might sound deep, but like I really want to. I've lived a life.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through some shit, and I believe I can mentor people. You know what I mean? And so I want to help these people become the best versions of themselves, and in turn, they're going to become the best at their craft. And hey, look, I'm not stupid. They're going to become better employees too. I always tell my staff, work on yourself more than you work on your job.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's where it stems from, right?
100%.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But I think it's a double-edged sword, that, because if you're trying to build a team of killers, you're offering growth in an up-and-coming company, which is invaluable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a value proposition.
Say that. Can you expand on that? I don't understand what you're saying there.
So you're saying you don't want people who just want to come wage collecting. They might do the job, but they probably don't do it amazingly. You know what I mean? And you're saying I only want killers, but you can see, you know, you can see that hunger in people, and that's what you want to bring in and nurture it, right?
Yes.
So you're asking for 110% out of them, but you're offering them a position in a young company that's exciting and it's going somewhere. And that, whether they stay with you or not, it could springboard their career that they've been part of it.
Whether they, 100%, Alex, and whether they stay with me or not, they will leave better people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They will leave better human beings. Yeah. That's my goal, to be a better human. And so some people say like, oh, like for training, for instance, like some employees don't want to put training into their employees, right? Because they're like, oh, but what if they leave? Well, I would ask, what if they stay?
Yeah. And you've put no effort into them whatsoever.
Now you've got someone that you're just leaving there hang out to dry. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. So I'm all about like investing in my guys and girls. You know what I mean? I really like it. And I suppose the ultimate vision too is like I'm really passionate about youth, and like, you know, in those troubled years when I needed someone, I want to create the man that I needed when I was a boy.
So giving people a shot.
Yes, but almost like just show them that there's more out there, and show them, like, I want to do keynote speaking and stuff and go to like maybe with schools and, you know, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, those real pivotal years. Because I know that if I had a positive role model in my life and in those years, things might have been different. And I wouldn't change anything now because
But you wouldn't go back to it either.
But I wouldn't go back to it either. That's right. And so I want to be, eventually I want to step in, and I believe this recruitment is kind of like a vehicle to get me there. And I don't know where it's going to go. I just show up every day, do the best I can do.
Charge.
And charge, and it kind of just opens up to me, and it just lets me know where I should go. But that's what I want to do.
Yeah, no, that's bloody awesome. I don't want to go too dark here, but it's pretty,
go dark, bro.
It's pretty pivotal. Like it's a hot topic, that stuff at the minute. Like we all know the stats and and I'm not going to go on about men's mental health, and but I think the amount of like young men and some women who kill themselves in this country at that age, and I think I can only speak from a bloke's perspective because I am one, but I think those formative years, even through to like mid-20s, you may be learning a trade or trying to climb the ladder in your business, and you almost feel worthless.
Yeah,
you don't quite know who you are, where you fit in,
100%.
And it can seem like there's no future. You know, especially in hard economic times like we're in at the minute.
Yeah,
and you just go, what's the fucking point?
I get it. So that's I agree. You know,
and I think if you can offer somebody a glimpse of hope or a bit of a roadmap of how to get around that, got to be a good thing.
That's what I'm into, because I've lived it, and I've been through every situation, and I've lived like these youth won't listen to me if I've fucking some idiot that's never lived any life, or you know what I mean. What adversity have you been through?
Yeah.
You know what I mean. You know, what have you done? You know what I mean. So I believe, and I can relate to them. You know, I can relate well to them. And I suppose with the recruitment company, I do see a lot of youth coming through, and I can kind of like half mentor them, you know, because I don't get to spend a lot of time with them because they obviously go out to other companies and that. But if I can add some value, not in just getting the job.
Yeah.
If I can add some insightfulness, just even encouragement, just one person to say, keep going, bro.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
You're doing all right.
You're doing all right. You know what I mean? It might seem dark and it might seem like you're not making progress, but you're doing a lot better than a lot of other people.
Yeah.
So keep going and don't stop.
Yeah. No, that's a bloody good thing. So have you got an end game goal for it, for the company? How far do you want to take it?
Oh, we'll be the biggest.
Okay.
We'll be the biggest. Yeah, we'll be, that's the wrong way to put it. We'll be the best.
Yeah.
We'll be the best.
That's probably a better metric.
Yes, not the biggest. Like, I don't really care about that, but like I want to produce a team full of awesome people.
Yeah.
And help as many people as we can. And then we'll be doing it. The end goal is, like I said, to change the trajectory of my bloodline, right? Because all on my father's side, it was, you know what I mean? It's pretty dark and gloomy, you know what I mean? So I want to change that, and I don't want to just change it by a little bit. I want to skip it 3 generations so my children are like, oh, we're good.
Blow it up.
Yeah, and now they've got options, and now, so that's the end goal. But with stand-up as itself, it's still coming to me. Like, we're only 2.5 years in.
Yeah.
I know I've got the vision in my head. But yeah, the end goal is just to help as many people as we can. And I think the rest will take care of itself. Like, I don't have dollar figures and all that. That don't move me. Obviously, a business is there to make money, right? Yeah. And without the money, you cannot operate. Yeah. You know? But that don't really excite me. What does excite me is what I was talking to you before, is helping youth and all of that. That's what gets me, like,
So you're essentially mixing like something you're passionate about with your source of income, right?
Yeah, but I am passionate about recruitment because I do love it. Yeah. I actually love it's a buzz. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's quite funny because I know there's a few schools of thought on recruitment, but like, I know a lot of people who've never been around it see it as like, you find people jobs, which I think is backwards. You fill positions. Okay. That's what recruitment is. Yep. It's not just about finding every bugger a job. It's these positions, and you find the best candidate. Right?
And you're right on that, because people think like, oh, well, can you find me a job?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, I fill positions. But like, really, it's about, it's about solving problems for businesses and candidates, you know, clients and candidates, just solving their problem. Businesses.
Are you just trades?
Mainly just trades.
Yeah.
Mainly just trades, you know, blue collar, you know what I mean? That's what I come from. That's what I know.
On the tools, or do you sort of recruit for estimators and project managers?
On the
and
tools.
Stuff like that?
On the tools mainly, you know. But
cool.
If anybody says that they need a project manager, I'll find them.
If
they say they need a brain surgeon, I'll be up in the North Shore bloody hospital, and I'll be searching the wards asking for neuroscientists or
breaking in the fire escape.
100%, I'll find them. So I mean, but that's what our bread and butter is, you know. So that's what I know. That's what I've come from. Yeah. I don't want to be too wide and say we do all of this, because I stick in my lane and I do it well.
Okay. So I kind of want to get your take. Obviously, we're in a pretty shit period, particularly in construction at the minute. And basically the whole time you've been in business, we've pretty much been in that, right?
They told me you're crazy because you're starting up in the worst time. Yeah. You know what I mean? They said, don't do it.
Yeah. What are you seeing out there?
I'm seeing positive signs. Let's start off, you know what I mean? Because we've had 2.5 years, we've been dark and gloomy. I'm seeing positive signs just recently in the last month. You know what I mean? I'm starting to see that it's picking up. You know what I mean? So I am seeing indications that it's you know, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know when it's got, because everybody asks me that, when's, I don't know. And I'm not going to tell you. But what I can tell you is like some of the bigger companies, they're reaching out and they're reaching out to me and saying, hey, look, we've got this coming up in 4 weeks. Hey, I've got this. And I'm seeing that across the board. So I'm like, oh, well, I can only give you my perspective, like, yes. And it's slowly starting to turn around.
Yeah.
But what it has been for the last 2.5 years, it's pretty bad. You know what I mean? I've seen so many top operators, whether it be electricians, whether it be plumbers, carpenters, coming through across my desk, pretty much begging me for a job. And these guys aren't slackers. They're good operators.
I know. And established companies closing the doors. We know, it's all over the media how many builders are going tits up and it's not been good. I think the issue is because I know there's a lot of big projects about to kick off, like data centers, Northern Corridor, Auckland Airport's having a big job done, City Rail Link, Hopefully that's going to take some of the bigger players back into their realm so they're not playing in ours. But it's a bloody big ship to turn around.
She is.
Especially for your finishing trades like oils, plumbers, painters.
Yes.
Cool, that project's going. We might not see that for 2 years.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And again, I don't know. Like if you're asking me, when's it going to, well, I'd be a rich man if I knew that. Because
I just like to get different perspectives on the market because everyone's got a slightly different angle on it.
Slowly.
Okay.
And I'm happy about that because, man, like, people are struggling. People are struggling.
They are indeed, and that segues me beautifully, onto the next thing I was going to ask you about.
Mm-hmm.
So I see you all over Insta, LinkedIn, talking about Aussie.
Yep.
Kiwis moving to Aussie.
Yep.
Where's that interest come from? Tell me about that.
Cool. Right. So first of all, I would say, look, I love New Zealand. I love Aotearoa. It's the best country in the world. Like,
I'll vouch for that.
Hey, look, and that's saying something, right?
I'm a pommy bastard, and I would never go back.
Pommy. So I love this country, and I'm not encouraging anybody to go. I'm not trying to take people, but there is people leaving by the droves. Why? Because New Zealand can't pay their bills.
Yep.
They cannot pay their bills.
Yep.
So these people are struggling. And so I moved many years ago to Australia with my young family, 2 children under 3. We moved to Perth.
Mm-hmm.
I had no job lined up. We had nowhere to stay. I didn't know how to even get a bank account, driver's license, nothing. I moved there and it was a freaking nightmare.
Stressful, eh?
Stressful. 2 children under 3. And I vividly remember putting my children to bed one night.
Because you would have been young as well,
I was young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was young.
Yeah.
And I remember vividly putting my children to bed at night in this dump of a place that we had to get into because we had no other options. There was a freaking accommodation shortage in Perth. So we're just like got anything we could. And I vividly remember thinking, have I made the freaking worst decision in my life coming over here? Yeah. And I also thought, there's got to be an easier way. You know what I mean? And I never thought about it again until, I moved home.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing at Standup Recruitment. We're not trying to get people to move, but we are giving the people that are wanting to move an easier option. Like 40,000 people moved to Australia last year, I believe. The most in a long time, I think, if ever.
Yeah, it's massive.
It's madness, right?
Yeah.
Out of those 40,000, I would say 80% moved with no jobs lined up.
So one of our mates, Charlie, good mate of mine, Mrs. Her and her partner, Ben, just went to Aussie yesterday.
There you go.
Literally flew yesterday. No jobs. Oh, I think Charlie got a job at the last minute.
Yep.
But they were just like, we're just going to go figure it out. And I go, because I can relate to it because obviously I moved here from the UK. I did have some family already here, which was a massive help.
Yep.
But even just the stress of like, I've got to get my residency. That was a 6-year ordeal. Obviously, trying to find a job, all that stuff, pretty basic, pretty standard. But then you have these wobbles, like you're saying, and I'd say it's for like the first 3-4 years where you go, have I fucked up?
Yeah.
Have I actually made the wrong decision here?
Yeah.
And it takes you a while for it to feel like home.
Yeah, gotcha.
You don't, Kiwi culture's very similar
To
on
Aussie.
paper to Aussie and to the UK, right?
Yep.
But when you get here
Mm-hmm.
and those subtle differences start becoming glaringly obvious and you don't feel like you fit,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it took me, I reckon it was probably 10 years before I really felt like
Really?
New Zealand was my home.
Really?
And I felt like I'd turned into like a hybrid
Really?
of like
A decade?
Tom and Kiwi. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I
That's
made
interesting.
heaps of really good mates off the bat here. A lot of like, you know, who are still my best mates now within
Yeah.
the first year or two of being here.
Nice.
But you just feel like a bit of an outsider.
Yeah,
You know
gotcha.
what I mean? Yeah, it took me a long time.
I think it might be a little bit different for England because, like New Zealand, there's so many New Zealanders over there, right? You get over there, it's like you see so many New Zealanders, it feels like home straight away.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we're doing. Like, I can get people the jobs before they leave, help with accommodation, help with all the license transfers. You know what I mean? And just help them settle in over there and hit the ground running. Because even though there's a lot of jobs in Australia, you still got to go for interviews, wait for call. But it can take 4, 5, 6 weeks sometimes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know, and that's burning through your savings or whatever.
And
so.
how stressful, because it's the fear of the unknown. You've not got a solid answer, you know.
That's right. So that's what I'm pretty much doing, and we're gonna Stand-Up Recruitment is gonna be the go-to place for all people that want to go to Australia. Pretty much, we're gonna build a Trans-Tasman bridge.
Yeah.
Not a figurative one.
Yeah,
Just not a literal one. Sorry,
yeah.
just a figurative one, and it's gonna help people.
Sound like Trump, mate. I'm going to build a wall.
No, nothing. No, but that's a division. This is a connector. I'm different. I'm a connector. I'm not a divider. You know what I mean?
So you must have some serious connections in Aussie then.
Yes.
Is that from your time there, or have you had to go out and make them? Yeah.
Yes, my time over there really helped me make a lot of connections. I made a lot of good friends. I've stayed in touch with those people.
Yeah, man.
And now those friendships are coming to fruition, you know? And, but we're helping each other. Well, that's what business is about. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
helping each other. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. And that's the road that's where stand-up is going. You know, you asked me where the vision's, we will be the number one company for connecting New Zealand's top talent with Australia's top business. That's it.
Perfect.
And help both sides solve the problem.
And then when they all start moving back, you can do it the other way.
100%. 100%, you know?
That's good business.
100%. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm really liking it. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's good. That's cool as well, because I harp on about the power of networking. I think it's the most important part of business, right? You know,
I didn't know about it.
You know, talking to your Uber driver 5 beers deep.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got a job for you, mate. Blah, 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 whatever it is, you can pick it up anywhere.
It's very powerful, isn't it?
Yeah,
Networking.
it's fishing. You got to cast that net real wide.
You do, and you got to set some burley too, and some long lines, and forget about them. And then those are like,
absolutely.
oh shit, I forgot that I set that line.
And the drone.
And the drone. Because you forget, you're like, oh, and then you know what I mean? And yeah, and that's what I suppose I'm in the middle of, is building networks and relationships. So you said networks, I believe relationships is where it's at.
Absolutely.
Relationships. That is sales. So I can sell somebody and then give them a person and then bugger off, and like that's not it. And that's why when you're saying like sales, like yeah, I do say sales, but like I want relationships, long-term connections. I want to be going to the, down and having a coffee with him, asking about his children and stuff. Not if he needs any more electricians and shit. That's cool, and that can help him. We can help each other out. But like, I'm trying to build these relationships with people that is going to be a decade plus, and we can really help each other. So that's what I'm in the process of trying to build. I'm only 2.5 years in, and there is, I suppose, cliquey, it's an old boys club.
Trying to work that door open, eh?
Definitely, yeah. So so that has its tricky navigating through that, but eventually I'm going to build my own fucking network of cool people doing cool shit. That's what because I'm like, oh, if they don't let me in, I'll make my own shit. Yeah, and 100%. I'll start with all the younger guys doing cool shit, and because those older guys will be moving on, you know what I mean? And now we're going to help and leave the doors open, like. When you get up the top, send the elevator back down to help everybody else out. Don't just sit up there looking down like, hey, hey, peasants, you know what I mean? Nah, send it back down. Yeah. Send the information down too with the elevator so everyone can rise.
Yeah, you're in an opportune time, I believe, because I was reading the stats the other day, and I think don't quote me on this, but it's like 50% of New Zealand business owners are coming to retirement age.
Is that right?
Yeah. So we need disruptors who are going to change the way the industry works and make it better.
I didn't know those
It's all a baby boomer generation.
Well, let's go then.
So they all, built these businesses years ago, and they're all getting into retirement age.
Well, let's go. I'm a fucking good disruptor.
Yeah.
I'm a good disruptor.
That's my jam.
That's my jam.
That's what we do. We like fucking shit up around here.
Cool. Oh, well, I'm into it. Like, I don't like to do things because I've talked to recruiters and they're like, oh, that's not. And that's another thing. I'm so glad that I never went into a recruitment company. Okay, it took me longer to sort things out, but I don't want to do the same as everybody else.
Exactly.
I'm going to get the same results.
Well, you're not conforming to how it should be done.
You
just figured it out,
That's right. And I've fucking done okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I don't have these preconceived notions about how things should be done. Oh, no, we don't do that in recruitment. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Oh, because that's not how it's done. Well, who said that?
Yeah.
Well, why can't
Jeff.
we change? Yeah, Jeff. Who the fuck is Jeff?
We worship him.
Yeah, we worship Jeff the recruiter.
Yeah.
Like,
Lord Jeff.
Jeff, that was 1950.
Yeah.
Jeff's gone.
Jeff's dead.
Jeff's dead. So I'm into I always question things like why are we doing that like that? Like, you know what I mean? So disruptors, here we go. I'm right on board.
It's bloody funny what you say about trying to get your foot in the door with those, they're almost like institutionalized setups, We have a bit of a joke in our game, and it's like Sparky's trying to get a new builder, right? The only way you're going to get a new builder is if the Sparky burns the house down, the existing one, or he fucking dies. Other than that, you've got, because, you bring these builders.
How do you get in there?
Oh, yeah, I've used Craig for bloody 30 years. And you're like, yeah, is he any good though? Like, can I have a shot at pricing something for you? And they're just like, nah, I play darts with him every Wednesday.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't get in.
Yeah.
You can't get in.
But
they've got
at the same time, that shows you their relationship.
That's it. And
Yeah,
that's interesting, eh?
You can look at it both ways.
Yeah, because they've had that relationship and they've built that, and we just spoke about that.
Yeah.
So we can't, I suppose, complain when that happens. So, well, how do we go then? Let me know. Well, what do we do? We build new relationships with up and coming businesses, or what?
100. So backing a winning horse at the beginning.
Yep,
that's a great move. So set up builders. My whole game was always to be consistent but not annoying, so that you stay at the forefront of their mind. So let's say Craig's really busy at the minute. We've got this other job. Let's just give it to another Sparky and diversify a bit.
Yep.
And you start getting 10% of their work.
Gotcha. That's all you need.
I've yarned on about this a bit on here, but I'll say it again.
Say it.
Because it's an interesting point.
Say it.
So I caught up with Stanley Henry on last season from The Attention Seeker.
Okay, cool.
So do you know? I don't
he
know
does
if
cool
you've seen
stuff.
that guy.
Yeah, I have. I've actually met him. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, super nice.
Cool guy.
Do you know his brother as well, Wayno, up the coast?
No, I don't.
Nah.
Nah.
Well, interestingly enough, I've never met Stanley before we did that, and on the podcast we were talking about still the importance of word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, my brother Wayno, and I was like, I know him. And he was like, case in point. I was at the pub with him last Thursday.
That's crack up.
But yeah, he was explaining to me that I said to him, what is the difference between sales and marketing? Because a lot of people come to support with us for sales, but what they're talking about is digital marketing. And I kind of know the difference, but I was like, can you sum it up for me? And he was like, sales is the 5% of your audience who are ready to pull the trigger and spend money with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
You market to the other 95% who will potentially use you in the future. So if you just do sales, you're only concentrating on the right now, and it's a tiny percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Brand awareness, digital marketing, that's the other 95% of the market.
Interesting.
That'll potentially use you in the future, right?
Interesting.
And it's funny these days because, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
41.
Yeah, well, I'm just about to turn 40, right?
6 years, bro.
So 100%. You couldn't pay me to go back to my 20s. I've got plenty of stories and I had a good time, but nah. So when you look at it really with social media and for our generation, everybody's got their own TV channel, their own TV show.
They do.
You know what I mean?
They
and
do.
if you put out weekly episodes on that TV show, it builds this trust.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Authenticity as well. If
They're like, I know that guy.
yeah.
I'll use him.
Yes.
I've seen him on the interweb.
The audience almost feels like they know you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're sharing the right stuff, not just bullshit, like if you're giving like, I call it a reality TV show with commercials.
Yep.
So the reality TV show is like, should be 80% of it. It's you showing what you do, you know what I mean? And then 20% maybe you plug your business and do that. Because if you're just doing that all the time, they're going to be
Yeah, it's boring. You're not adding any value, are you?
And where's the authenticity?
Yeah.
Where, like, that's what people want. They want the reality TV show. Like, I can relate to this guy.
Yeah.
I know his backstory. I know his children. I feel like I know. They don't actually do, but they feel like they do through this social media. So highly powerful.
Well, I think that's why the podcast medium as well has taken off so much because, let's take Rogan, for example. You're spending 3-4 hours at a time with them.
Yeah.
You like, oh, yeah, Joe, yeah, we're catching up on Wednesday. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's odd, eh?
Yeah.
You know?
You feel like you feel like you know them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's, I suppose, the power of social media too.
Yeah.
And so,
So, you come and do stuff like this and people will go, that dude's on, I like what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Let's give him a go.
Yeah. And that's,
You know?
and then likewise, like, so if you're connecting on these podcasts, it helps each other, right? My audience sees your audience sees me, and we're helping. And this, so, okay, we can get back to how we were talking about helping out with relationships.
Yeah.
Like, we can all help each other. Me coming on this is it's really helping me, and I hope it's helping you, and I hope it's adding some value to your listeners.
Yep.
And that's what we're all doing here. We're helping each other win.
Yeah.
Help each other win. I feel like the older generation, like it's all like, no, I've got to keep that. Like that's
that
not how you
tall poppy.
Nah,
shit,
that's not how you win.
No.
Everyone can win. It's not a good thing if you're just the only one winning. It's like standing up and you're looking down at it. Like send the elevator down.
Yeah.
Pick everyone up. That's what I'm into anyway. And if you're not, then that's cool. But that's what I'm into. And I know that if I can help other people win, I'm gonna win.
I'm exactly the same. So I very much believe in a rising tide. And the only caveat to that is to be on that rising tide, you've got to bring your piece to the table. We're not bringing some useless prick along for the ride.
No.
But if you add some value, rising tide. Like
what is that saying? Rising tides lifts all ships?
Yeah.
Something
that's
like
the one.
that?
Yeah, I believe it's an old Navy saying from Spain.
You're bullshitting me, eh?
Yeah, I'm lying. Yeah.
Just how you changed your stance, and I'm like, is he freaking having me on or what? Yeah, gotcha. We'll run with that anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, when I had a Sparky business, we used to work with heaps of other Sparkies.
Yeah.
Would all work together, would labor share,
Yeah.
would talk about, just help each other out.
Yeah.
And hopefully everyone did better because of that in some respect,
Yeah. And in the recruitment game, I'm not really sure. I haven't really met many recruitment owners, but I mean, I would love to. I'd be open to it, but I feel like it's quite...
I don't think they'd be open to it. They'd be like, you'd scare the living daylights out of them.
Well, I'm a disruptor.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a disruptor, and I'm not here to play the same game as everybody else. What a boring game.
Yeah.
What a boring game.
So who is in your market then?
When you ask that, what do you mean?
Like, what? Who are the trade recruitment guys? Or where do you get trade staff?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's so many of them.
Are there heaps and
There's
heaps?
so many of them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? There's a
yeah.
lot. It's shotting up. You know what I mean? But I don't even really take that.
Because I think the real point of difference in your game, obviously service like any business, but it's the quality of the candidates, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I feel like particularly trade staff and you're like, that's where tradies go to die.
True. Hey, I don't know. I don't really know, but
that's not the opinion of this podcast, by the way.
Yes. I'm not. I'm not going to comment on that.
I don't even know if trade staff's a real business.
Guy, Alec. I'm not commenting on that. But what I can say
disclaimer.
What I can say is yes, the candidates, of course, the quality of candidates. If you're sitting, you're not going to have a business. But I believe relationships.
Yep.
I believe relationships.
Yep.
If you've been going to the pub with Alex for 10 years, he's probably going to as long as you're not just feeding him shit.
Yeah.
Alex is going to tell me to piss off.
Stop
But-
sending Jeff to me. He's already dead.
He's already dead, you know? But I believe it's relationships too.
Yeah.
Like, I believe it's like, I think it comes back to that. You know what I mean?
okay.
So I believe, like, of course you want to send the top quality candidates. That's your product as a recruiter. You know what I mean? But relationships and getting to know people and really understanding their business. Well, I like to get in people's business. Like, it's a really cold transaction sometimes in recruitment. I give you the person, you give me the fee, see you later.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. And
You
it's
keep
not,
checking in.
yeah, well, even like keep checking in, but just like, I'd rather get embedded in their business. I want the person to take me around their business. I want them to tell me their culture, their values. I want it all.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
I'm going to be able to find them a better fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can see, they want a plumber that can like upsell when they go to Mary's house. Like, look, your pipe here might need this. And they need someone that can he might be the best plumber in the world, but he might walk into the house like this and he doesn't say a word.
Yeah.
Now that company's let me know that we need someone that can upsell, that can say, hey, look, Mary, your drainage or something might need fixing in about a week or two.
Yeah.
So then if they've told me that, they're not just told me the skills that they need, like he needs to be able to do this. That's just, I get that. But I need to know exactly what kind of person you need in terms of your values, your culture, how they're going to add value to your company. And I'm going to pinpoint a much better candidate for you.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So you've got to put your head into that business. The more you know about their business,
100%.
better
And
job
I've
you
got
can do,
skin in
right?
the game now.
Yeah.
And that's where the relationship comes in. They're like, and I've had this multiple times, and I've had like, it's not like normal recruiters do this. You know what I mean? I need to have skin in the game. Like, I need them to feel like I'm actually their partner.
Yeah,
Because I've heard like recruitment's a dirty word. I never knew how, and then I was doing cold calls and they were telling me to piss off, and I was like, "Are you a recruiter?" I never even knew, like, because I'd never done recruitment. So they're
you were
just
a real estate agent or something,
like a
eh?
dirty car salesman or something. And I'm like, oh no, people really don't like recruiters.
Yeah.
So I had to take a step back and think, well, why? And this goes why it was good that I never went to a recruitment company. They would have told me, just don't worry about it, keep making the cold calls. But I had to step back and think about it and be like, this is what these people are thinking. Why, for starters? And how can I change it? And so that's what I do. And I mean, that's what I do for companies. That's what I want them to do. And if they don't want that, that's all cool. But I think 95% of them are going to want that because they're going to get better candidates from me if I can step into their business, understand their business more.
But yeah, I mean, you're 10 steps ahead already because you're one of them. You're a tradie.
100%.
You know what I mean? You're not some wanker in a suit, fucking, hey.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah. So, and that goes on both sides of the coin because I can help. The tradies can relate to me as well.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I'm because a lot of recruiters, I suppose, are fresh out of university and they don't, you kind of fall into recruitment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like you're at school and you,
Fuck yeah, I'm going to do it.
I want to be, little Johnny says, I want to be a recruiter or a salesman when I get it. It's a job you kind of fall into.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Those jobs are funny. Like, there's a lot of those industries that are just not seen as sexy. Like, nobody goes, one day I'm going to be a senior insurance underwriter. It's going to be sick. I'm going to underwrite the shit out of that insurance.
I'm going to underwrite the shit out of it.
Nobody's going to do it, eh?
I can't. I haven't heard little Johnny say, "I want to be a fucking insurance broker when I get it."
One day.
Oh, who do you want? I want to be an All Black. Oh, I want to
Yeah.
be a Silver Fern. Oh, yeah, I want to be an insurance broker.
I wanna
Haven't
be the
heard it.
best. I want to be in liquidation. I want to kill people's hopes and dreams.
Haven't heard it. So yeah,
not
but
good.
yeah.
No. Oh well. Look, I can almost guarantee there'll be some people listening to this who are pretty interested in what you offer.
Yep.
Where can they find you?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just Standup Recruitment or you?
Yeah. At Les Wikitafi.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can we spell that out for the listeners? if you don't
LES, and then my last name is spelled WIKIRIWHI. It's a hard one.
mind? Cool. Yeah, I was gonna have a go at it when we sort of started, and I was like,
Nah,
hey, you might offend him with your pronunciation.
You wouldn't offend me. It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Sweet, man. Well, listen, thanks very much for coming on.
Thank you.
And I think maybe we do this again in a year or so and see where it's progressed to, eh?
Let's go. Oh, maybe even 6 months, bro, because we're going to go fast.
All right, sweet as.
Let's do it.
Let's bloody do it. Awesome.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you very much for listening. Stay safe out there. Keep puzzling, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.
Cheers.